Do you reckon everyone else is, all the other YouTube sensations are as haphazard as this when they're filming? Yeah, I reckon they are, aren't they? They have as much fun. It's not haphazard, there's some science behind this. So I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Then you just throw extra videos in at the end of it.
Okay, ready.
Do you ever come to the driving range and have no idea what you're going to do and end up just beating ball after ball after ball? That is not helping your game. Stay tuned to this video. We're going to show you how I practice and how it can make your game better when you get out on the golf course. Before we dive into the content, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're dropping one new video a week with an aim to educate you about all things golf and ultimately help you play your best golf. When I'm on the range here at Norfolk Premier Golf, whether I'm hitting balls myself or whether I'm on the lesson tee and just watching people practice, it's so infuriating how I watch people just hit 7-iron after 7-iron after 7-iron. Then they go and pull driver and hit driver after driver after driver. None of that is related to improving performance out on the golf course. And golf practice should be about improving your performance out on the golf course, building your skill level, and ultimately doing the whole purpose of golf, which is to take less shots. We're going to dive in a little bit here and explore how I practice and how I break some of my practice sessions up that will really help me when I get out on the golf course. And you can take some tips from this, and next time you're at the driving range, just hold this in mind and try and practice a little bit differently. If you're interested in a free practice plan, just comment below and I'll send one to you. Let's dive into it. So I like to structure my practice into three main areas. One is my technical practice, one is my random practice, and the other one is performance practice, so practicing under pressure. The technical practice section is where I'm doing the stuff I'm working on in my golf swing, and I'm not really focusing on a target. I'm focusing on making sure I do that move I'm trying to do that will ultimately build a better golf swing for me, a more repeatable golf swing for me. So what might that look like for me and how it can help you? So I've got my 7-iron. I'm going to hit a couple of balls. I would normally split this into a third of my practice session. So if I've got 60 balls, I'm going to use 20 balls doing my technical practice, okay? It's important not to become too focused on one area of the practice. Otherwise, you end up in a position where all you can do is hit a 7-iron after you've hit 20 in a row. That's no good on a golf course. So the problem I have, as some of you might have seen if you watched other videos on this channel, is my bad shot is this right arm just drifts behind me here. Then I get stuck and I'm having to flip it out of the way. So my technical practice is working much more on keeping these arms out in front of me and just allowing me to release through the ball. So when I'm doing my technical practice, I'm focused solely on that move. Maybe doing a couple of drills, maybe swinging at 80%. So that would look a little bit like this for me. So I've got my 7-iron, I'm setting up as normal down the range, and I'm going to feel that I'm in this position and there. That is where I want to get to in the top of my backswing, okay? So I'll kind of break the swing down a little bit, and I'll feel like I go there, up to the top, and then just swing through the ball. So I'm not really focused on aiming at a target, not really focused on where the ball goes. It's nice if I hit the ball straight, and obviously I'd love to hit the ball straight, but it's more about, can I get into the positions I need to get into, and can I feel the right things? So again, you know, you'll all have different things you're working on with your coaches. If you haven't got a coach, check me out online. I teach online, and I'm more than happy to help you with your golf. When we set up to this position, I'm feeling like these arms are out in front of me, and just swinging through the ball. So this is all technical work for me. And all I'm trying to do is improve my golf swing. I might do a third of my practice like this. And you can see my sole focus is, can I get there? And I would make sure that I was really, really strict with myself on that. Okay, so you've got to be really strict with your technical practice. Break the swing down into sections, whatever it is your coach has asked you to work on, or whatever it is you're working on in your golf swing, be really, really strict. If you're not strict on your technical practice, you're wasting your time, because you need to make sure you're really ingraining those feels. So I'm kind of feeling these arms are more out in front of me. That's my issue. You can see actually the strike does start to improve there, but the sole focus is here. Can I get here? Can I get into that position and then drive myself through the ball? So that's my technical practice section of my golf swing, okay? I'm gonna do that for about a third of my practice. The next bit is the random practice. And here's how we do that. Okay, so here we go, random practice. I've got my Bushnell, I've got my full set of clubs, and I've got a driving range full of different flags. So I'm gonna basically pick a flag and try and hit a shot shape onto that flag. So we're gonna go to that far flag in the distance, the red one. That is at 145 yards. So I then go, okay, what club do I wanna hit to that? I'm gonna hit an 8-iron. What shot shape do I wanna see? I wanna see the wind's off the right. So I'm kind of really visualizing this. When you're doing your random practice, it's really important to do full routine. I think it's very easy to kind of focus on just beating ball after ball. And I'd rather see people at the range hit less golf balls, but hit more high quality golf balls. So we're focusing on that red flag. Picking this out in the distance, really visualizing the shot I want to hit onto this. Okay, so that's going to touch right. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to redo it. All right, that's my one chance I get on the golf course. If you've got top tracer technology at your range, that's really useful to be able to use. And you can play on the course, you can play to different flags, but really use that technology to your advantage. Now we just pick a different flag. Going yellow flag, 71 yards. What's our 71-yard shot? That for me is a 54, but not a full one, obviously, just doing a little something funky with the 54, try and hit it low. I'm really going to visualize the shot, feel the shot I'm trying to hit. This is relevant to the golf course, guys. This is more going to help you when you get on the golf course, rather than just hitting shot after shot. Going 71 yards, so I just want to feel what that's like. Just going to do a little something with that, kind of feel how far the distance needs to go. Visualize the shot I'm trying to hit and just commit to it. Watch the ball all the way, because there you get your feedback. If you're not watching the ball to the end of the flight, you are not getting the feedback that you need. And you just get into this beat ball after ball after ball, which is pointless, okay? So random practice, we're hitting different targets to different flags, we're hitting different shot shapes. Tiger always used to talk about 9 different shot shapes, high, medium and low, fade, draw and straight. If you can hit all of those, you're going to be in a really good position. So, but that's random practice. We don't do redos, we just do the shot once and move on with it. The next bit is how do we practice under pressure? So I love these finisher type games, okay, when you get onto the golf course. So an example for me, and we're going to hit 3 drives here, and we're just going to use it as a finisher type game. So I can't leave the driving range until I hit 2 out of 3 of these drives on the fairway. But it can be whatever you want it to be. So I would go 5 out of 6. If you're going to practice on the putting green and you're going to go do the clock face drill, go around 4 times, whatever it might be. But just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you my finisher drill that I use with driver. Normally do it with more than 3 balls, but we're going to hit 3 today. So I've got my driver. I create a fairway out on the golf course. So I pick 2 flags. I've got an orange, I've got a yellow flag and a red flag. That is my fairway out there. I cannot, and I will not, leave the driving range till I get 2 out of 3 on that fairway. Again, we're going full routine, really focusing on what we're doing. Visualizing the fairway, visualizing where we want to go, and just committing to this. Picture the shot. That has gone way left. So now the pressure's on, right? I've missed the fairway with the first one. I've got to hit it with the next 2. Otherwise, I can't leave the driving range. This is it. This is what it's like on the golf course. If you've got to hit the fairway coming up 8 or coming up 18, you know you need to be able to perform under this level of pressure. straight down the middle. Nailed it. Lovely drive, straight down the middle of the fairway. I'm watching it all the way through the flight. It's landed left half of the fairway, but really, really nice. What was interesting though, when I look at the launch monitor data I've got down here from the flight scope, which I use for my practice, first one, clubhead speed was nearly 110. This one was 102. So under pressure, got a little bit tentative, took a bit of speed off it. But this is what it's like, guys. This is what it's like on the golf course. Right, so my last one, I've got to get this in the fairway now. Otherwise I can't leave. Focus. Nailed it. Straight down the middle, started down the middle, just a little bleedy fade onto the right half of the fairway. Again, clubhead speed was down, 102 mile an hour clubhead speed on that. So it shows that when I really need to get one in play, I just dial it back a little bit, okay? So there we go, guys. That's how I practice. A quick snapshot into the way I structure my practice, from technical practice to random, all the way up to that pressure practice and really performing under pressure. Thankfully, I managed to achieve my pressure drill. Otherwise, I could be here till the range closes. Any questions, get down in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see from these videos. Like I say, I've got a free practice plan, which I'll share with you online if you just let me know you want it, and we can go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's have a coffee before my voice goes all squeaky again. I don't think my voice was that squeaky, to be fair.
It was only in the first